Hey, what's up everyone? This is DeagleBeagle and we're gonna today go over Ninetales. So, there's a few different ways you could use regular Ninetales. I think it's gonna be pretty good in Regulation E, probably like A tier. I don't think it's gonna be top tier though. Traditionally in the past, I don't think it's ever been top tier. But this um, in Regulation E, it's probably gonna be the best it's ever gonna be because you have Pokemon like Lilligant H, his Lilligant Hisui form, which is actually not bad, and it would be probably better than Torkoal because Torkoal, it does get eruption, but it's really slow, and it's that just really sucks unless you have Trick Room up. So it's kind of forced to just like go last after every single Pokemon and just settle for a heat wave instead of eruption and stuff. So you don't get enough out of it sometimes, even though it can helping hand and whatnot. So I imagine we'll see a lot more like Lilligant and Ninetales, and I forget the other Pokemon. Maybe it's not just chlorophyll Pokemon that I'm thinking of, but I know there's more fire types in general that can benefit off of the sun, like Typhlosion H and whatnot. So let's look actually really quick at the fire types that would be good with it. Um, Even though Heatran would be an issue for it. This doesn't show all of them. Here, let me go back. Fire and hold on. I mean, there's Charizard. Yeah, you would probably be able to use it with Charizard with solar power, even though there is stuff like Chi-Yu. Chi-Yu would be good too um, with Ninetales, and it would be used like Charizard in the past. I know I used Ninetales with Charizard, and it actually did really well. Uh, so yeah, has definitely not been a terrible Pokemon. So you would probably mostly see Ninetales with either Charizard or Lilligant H or Chi-Yu. So so I imagine Ninetales would be pretty dang good, but probably not quite top tier, probably because it's not super bulky. It is weak to some things. It isn't super powerful either. It does bring in sun, but it being just in general fire Pokemon and water Pokemon have lower consistency because their damages are affected by the weather, especially Ninetales, considering how it kind of relies on sun to hit hard. Otherwise, it has like pretty low special attack. But Ninetales being able to boost up itself and its allies' speed or firepower or whatever is pretty good. So I don't think it used to get Scorching Sands. I believe that's a pretty new move. So let's look at this. This would probably be the standard set. Heat Wave, Solar Beam, Protect, Scorching Sands. It just gives you the most coverage because the resist to fire could include like fire, which Scorching Sands would be good, especially versus Heatran 4 times a week, and Heatran would otherwise wall it. That's why I think almost everyone would use Scorching Sands even before using Solar Beam because it just really sucks for a Flash Fire Pokemon like Armarouge or Heatran to completely wall you. And Heatran being 4 times a week, it just kind of forces the Grass Tera, even though if it does Grass Tera, it kind of completely walls you after that. You can only do very little damage, but at least you like force the Tera, or if they've already Terra'd with something else, you can hit it. So I imagine Scorching Stance would be standard, and Solar Beam would be good versus water types. I'm not thinking of that many water types right now, but like whatever, a Azumarill or something, and the other resist rock, Solar Beam or Scorching Stance would be good versus Dragon would just kind of wall all its moves You'll just have to accept that and know that Heat Wave is going to hit their ally or some other move you can hit their ally with. And yeah, this just seems like it'll probably be the best set. But if you want a little bit more power with it, you could use Overheat and even maybe give up Solar Beam, possibly for Scorching Sands. It just depends on your team and how you want to use it. So, oh, never mind. I kept this the way it was so I could show you the different options, but you would probably want to use either this one or this one. Most likely this one. And you don't have to use Life Orb. You could use Choice Specs with it for more power, less recoil, but it's up to you. I mean, on the Overheat set, I would probably use Life Orb with it. If you're not using Life Orb, then but even on the Life Orb set, on the Choice Spec set, you would probably want Overheat. But I don't know. Just Overheat seems good in some cases where Heat Wave's not powerful enough, but I don't think you necessarily would want to get locked into Overheat unless you felt like it was worth it, so you might just Heat Wave instead. But I could see this combo being really good, and unfortunately though, Tera Grass Heat Ran would wall these two, so that's partly why I don't think Ninetales would be like top tier. It's just because Tera Grass Heat Ran can't be sleep powdered, it can't be hit very hard after Tera Grasses with your main moves, so I just don't think Ninetales would be top tier. But it would probably be slightly higher tier than Torkoal, like A tier. Like Torkoal's already barely A tier, so I'd say it's just a little bit better than Torkoal is. And yeah, A tier sounds good. Thanks for watching.